In 2023, the saying, girls can't play football, is long behind us, especially here in Colorado. Good morning, I'm Ashley Moore, and over at Ponderosa High School, their boys football team just got a new addition, and it's special. Also, a first in school history.
1, 2, hey!
It's one of the most thankless jobs in football.
Ready?
Being a kicker, a position that often gets overlooked until you look over and see the kicker's a girl.
I don't know why their mind goes to flag football, like, oh, you're on the girls' team, right? But nope, I'm on the boys' tackle football team.
Ponderosa's Riley Fitzgibbon is a former soccer goalie who could have went on to play collegiately until one day she realized something was missing.
I had just such a loss of passion that I was never going to make it there. And so I was praying and praying to God for an answer, something to bring back my passion. And then one Christmas, I asked for a football.
Riley would go on to earn a spot on the varsity team, making her football debut in the season opener against Fort Collins.
Just because she's a girl didn't mean she got the kick, she earned it. And the first one, she had a little nerves and her steps were a little messed up, but she drilled 2 of them pretty good, and we're really, really glad to have her as part of our program.
But for Riley, football isn't just a thing to do. It's an escape from unimaginable tragedy.
In 2020, my sister ended up passing away, which was like super, super huge. And my mental health just like went down. And so when I started kind of thinking about football, it was just kind of like, should I do this? Like, my sister always knew me as this amazing soccer athlete. And then in 2022, in December, my mom ended up passing away too.
And that's when she decided to blaze her own trail.
Kind of just finding my own path and finding how I can get out of the hardships in life.
Now, Riley will go down in history as the first ever girl to play for Ponderosa's varsity football team, a feat she wishes her mom could witness.
She was super huge with football and just loved it. And she was super proud of me when I was playing at Lutheran. I know she would be super excited to see me playing on the varsity football team.
And with a personal best of 48 yards, the fact that she's so good so soon is the real kicker. Wow, what an inspirational story. Well, over at Douglas County High School on Thursday, it was a very special occasion. After serving the district for 44 years, DCHS decided to dedicate their brand new turf field to the now retired athletic assistant, Jan Shawcroft.
We love you, Miss Jan!
Shawcroft spent 44 years with the school and 35 of those years in athletics, so it's only fitting to name the new turf the Jan Shawcroft Field. Now, during her time as a Husky, Shawcroft worked with over 10,000 student athletes, and many of them showed up to help honor her. But take a look at this football she's holding. It was signed and sent from the one and only Peyton Manning to honor her retirement.
Oh my gosh. Blew me away. Thank you, Peyton Manning. God, oh, it just kind of went poof, 45 years, and all of a sudden I decided maybe it was time. Emotional, happy, very happy. I miss it, but it was time.
Well, shout out to Miss Jan. Now to DPS, where a pretty big rivalry squared off Saturday morning. Denver East versus Denver South, as both teams looking to stay undefeated. East versus West, and this one starts early. Declan McDonald back for East, and he sends it to Harper Milan right in the sweet spot until he's knocked out right outside of the 5, and they'll just clean it back up. McDonald gets flushed out of the pocket, rolls left, throws cross body to Dion Giles-Ray. He's in for the touchdown, and it is counted. All right, so South back to punt now. This is their quarterback, Junior Felipe. The ball is out, and now it's in play. It is deflected, and South falls on top of it. Now, costly mistakes turn to, of course, costly points. This one's Felipe calling a QB keep right up the middle, 7-6 South, but Denver East goes on to take this one 31-13. Well, let's get back to some more Friday action as Meade and Lutheran went head-to-head. Opening drive of the first quarter, and Lutheran Sawyer Wall tucks it in and scores 7-zip Lions. Meat would try to answer when Christian Heiner's pass is intercepted by Mason Kelly, and he returns this one for a pick six, 96 yards, 14-zip Lions. Then it's Heiner again. Passes out, but it's tipped by Cole Johnson, and Ethan Scallion says, give me that, and is off to the races for a Maverick touchdown, 14-7 Lions. But this one was all Lutheran as Ryken Dygard zips it to Ben Herbick, and he does the rest for the Lions touchdown. Lutheran wins it 35-15. Well, let's get to some viewer submissions. Thomas Jefferson High School took on Wheat Ridge yesterday, and senior running back Jake Tapia had himself a day. 3 touchdowns, 217 yards. My goodness. Well, Bear Creek Soccer took on Douglas County this week, and I want you to watch the top of your screen. That's sophomore Pedro Sanchez's 4th goal of the game. He scored all of the goals as Bear Creek wins it 4-3. Brighton versus Vista Peak, and Bulldog QB Blake George calls for keeps and doesn't stop until he's 58 yards down the field and into the end zone for a touchdown. And in what could have been our game of the week, Shap versus Pondo, and Shap's Quinn Biffinger comes up with the ball. Don't know what happened there, but guess what? It's labeled an interception, and he takes this one 96 yards to the crib for a pick six. What a play from the middle linebacker. Now let's head west to Arvada West. This week, the senior players and managers of the football team carried on the tradition, My Jersey, Your Impact. They all picked a teacher, staff member, or coach that has made an impact on their education in these last 4 years. And for senior night on Thursday, the seniors let them wear their jerseys as they walked across this field. So shout out to Summer Shantz for sharing this awesome tradition. Well, reminder, we can't be everywhere. So if you're ever out at a game or see something you would like featured on the Prep Rally, send it over. And that's all, folks. I'm Ashley Moore, and we'll see you next time right here on the 9 News Prep Rally.